Hello and welcome to the second video in a short series where I'm looking back on where my running started. I'm looking at Couch to 5K. Now this week we're well into the program and I reminisce about what it was like when the time started ticking up in duration. Things don't always quite go according to plan. So of course this week, the same as last week, I'm not going to be going through every single video in detail. That would be nuts. Instead, if you want to watch the 3 videos in their entirety, then there are links to those down below the like button, where you'll also find a link to the entire playlist where you can watch all of the Couch to 5K content on the channel. So weeks 3, 4 and 5 is what we're covering this week. Can't wait to see what happened because I can't remember. Something went wrong at one stage, I have a vague recollection of, so that's going to come up this time. Let's start watching. Hello, it's the start of week 3, which means we're up in the ante. I've used that term before, but I really mean it this time because we are going to be going from talking about runs in terms of seconds to changing to minutes. There's so many seconds now that they have to refer to them as minutes. And that, I think, is a psychological barrier. That's filling me with fear and dread. But I am, having said that, still really looking forward to the run. It starts off, you've got 5-minute warm-up walk, then a 90-second run, 90-second walk, and then 3 minutes. So they're doubling it to 3 minutes. Wow. Then you've got a 3-minute walk, no doubt to give you time to call the paramedics. Then a 90-second run, again, 90-second walk, and then another 3-minute run. And then after that, only a 3-minute warm down instead of 5 minutes, because probably it should be 5 minutes, but after 3, I expect you collapse. So that's what I'm about to do now. I'm about to go out and I will see how I get on. Not hugely optimistic, but I'm going to trust the program and I'll see how I get on. And I'll catch you on the other side, let you know how I did. Well, that's run 1 of week 3 complete, and I am surprised and delighted to report that I managed both of the 3-minute runs. Right, time to do run number 8 of 27. This is week 3, run 2. Same as run 1. So I'm not going to launch into an explanation because it's complicated enough. And yeah, I'm a little more confident, having now completed it once, that I'm going to be able to do it again. So nothing more really to report there. I'll just go out and do the run. I have downloaded something that I'll tell you about. It's an app that I've put on my watch called the Nike Plus Run Club. And I'm thinking ahead, if I make it all the way through to run 27, then I will hopefully be close to the 5K. So I didn't realise actually in week 3 I was already starting to think ahead and look for motivation to help me with future runs. In this case I was talking about Nike Run Club. It's something I used for a little while. It's not something that I use now, but of course there's so many tools out there, aren't there, to help with your running, and I'm still thinking about that thing now. Only recently I was talking on a video about whether I should get a Fitbit or Garmin or something like a dedicated fitness watch. So these things are always going around in my mind, and it's interesting to see I was thinking about that kind of thing right back as early as week 3. Run 2, week 3, complete. Still on target. Oh, do I look a bit red? Yeah. Well, I've got home now after run 2 and I've had a shower, and yeah, I feel a bit better. That was hard going, and I think possibly because today's, I think probably the warmest day of the year. It must be high teens, so it's not boiling hot, but it's warmer than it has been on the previous runs. Also, I decided to go along the beach. So that must be the first time actually that I ran on the beach when I was going out for a run. Again, I didn't realise it was something that I kind of tackled so early in my running career. And let's be honest, anyone who's tried beach running, it's an art,
You have to be so careful, you can really injure yourself on the beach. And I don't have to tell you that, that's just obvious, isn't it? But I was quite brave, I think, to try it. But it's so nice, isn't it? If you get a nice firm bit of sand, it's actually really nice to run on the beach. So yeah, interesting I did it that early, I hadn't realised.
Right, I'm on my warm down walk, so I have to keep walking briskly. That caught me unawares. It's week 3, run 3, but it actually increases the running, and I didn't realise. Right, a bit of a follow-up. Some news, viewers. Stupidly, I thought I'd just done a week 3, run 3. What I actually did was week 4, run 2.
So when I did this, when this happened, and I pushed the wrong button, and I ended up doing, it was supposed to be run 3, and I ended up doing the following week's run 2, and I felt like a numpty, I felt like a fool, I felt like I'd broken the spell, I think is the way I described it in the videos, and I just felt like I'd done so well in all the runs following it, doing everything and ticking every box, and then I felt like I'd ruined it in a way, which of course was foolish. I should have actually looked on the positive, which is what I try to do normally anyway, and I should have thought to myself, well look, actually I've run further or for longer actually than I was meant to. Isn't that good? But no, instead I thought, what have I done? Okay, so that's week 3 done and dusted. Let's see what happened in week 4. Again, this is all a bit of a blur. I can't really remember.
I made a silly mistake last week.
This is the Couch to 5K app. If you're doing the program and you're using the app, you'll recognise this. You can also do it with podcasts, in which case you won't recognise this. Now the concept, I went through this in vlog 1, and the concept's quite easy. Say you want to do run 1 in week 5, you scroll down here to where it says week 5, and then you tap, hang on, get it on the screen, there's week 5, tap week 1, there we are, you tap that, there we are, week 5, run 1. Brilliant, easy. And say you want to do week 7, run 2, you scroll down to where it says week 7, and you tap the number 2. Now you see, this isn't a concept that's going to challenge even somebody who hasn't got a brain is not going to struggle with that. So all I'm doing, I'm just banging on about the fact that I made a schoolboy error, but really I need to get over myself at this stage. I went wrong, I just need to accept it, move on.
One of the reasons that I managed to do week 4 run 2 early is because I've had my hair cut and the wind resistance was a lot less. Right, that's the first run of week 4 complete, even though it was week 3. Yeah, we've been there. I found that quite hard, actually. Maybe that's a surprise because I managed to do a week 4 run, I don't know, but then it is slightly more humid, perhaps, than it's been. But there we go. So and also I didn't go out in my nice running gear. I dug out this old t-shirt, which makes me look like a right hobo. Had a shower now, feeling much better. And I must give a shout out to Paul Weller for helping to get me through that last 3-minute run. Decent chap. I don't really know why I was worried about that skanky t-shirt that I had on, because I was naked below the waist. And today on my run, we're going to be doing 3 minutes and also 2 5-minute runs. And let's be completely honest here, this is like a kind of a sobering thought that many people will do longer than the 5 minutes, longer than my longest run today, just to get over the start line of a marathon. So I kind of have a long way to go, but we all have our various challenges, and to be honest with you, even 3 weeks ago I don't think I could have run for 30 seconds, and we're now looking at 10 times that. Right, week 4 run 1, my second run of week 4 complete. I'll see you on the next one. I've done a 3 minute and a 5 minute just on a little gap, then another 3 minute and another 5 minute. So don't want to talk too much. I'll catch you at the end of this one. Right, at the end, and yeah, I did it. So
that's the week 4 complete, and 5-minute runs. That's the maximum of 5-minute runs this week. So yeah, really pleased. Real sense of achievement on that one. Yeah, it's good. So it's interesting, there was a bit of a mix there, a bit of a mixed bag, but I felt like I kind of started to get back on track there, and I'm starting to really feel like more of a runner. Each week goes by, I start thinking to myself, I can really do this. It's interesting to watch this transformation continue from last week.
It's the start of week 5 in Couch to 5k, and if week 4 was pivotal, then week 5 is going to be seismic.
Yes, again, this is sort of pivotal. This is this jump from, I keep using those kind of words, but it's that jump up from 3 minutes to 5 minutes, and it's where I'm really starting to realise that this is a mental challenge as much as a physical one, and there's these mental blocks. A 3 minute up to 5 minutes is quite a big jump at this stage. When I was had not long started the third 5-minute run, I was running along and a fly flew into my mouth. And I don't remember, I've got Sarah Millican doing the voiceover, and I don't remember her saying, when you get to the third 5 minutes, pet, 2nd minute in, so it'll fly, it'll go straight into your mouth. But keep running, flower.
Right, week 5, run 2, and there are just 2 runs, I say just, they're 8 minutes each, but they're sandwiched between a 5-minute brisk walk, which I say I'm rather looking forward to.
Just finished the 8 minutes, the second 8 minutes, and when I started it I thought, I'm not going to do this, but it's a mental thing, there's no doubt about it. So I did the first 8 minutes, so physically I could do it, but yeah, I managed to do it. So that's 2 lots of 8 minutes, total of 16 minutes, and yeah, I did think to myself that really the only way that I was going to even contemplate managing to do the run 3, week 5 run 3, was if I got through this run and felt that I'd coped reasonably, and I have. I feel like I've coped with that quite well. I'm quite pleased. Yeah, it's great. So next run, week 5, the dreaded run 3. I've just finished my 20 minutes, started my 5-minute warm down, and my gast is well and truly flabbered. I can't believe it. Cannot believe that I've managed to do a 20-minute run. This is amazing. I can't believe it. Yeah, I feel good. If you're on an earlier week, or you're thinking of doing the Couch to 5k and you don't think you can run these distances, then the answer is yes, you can. But a few weeks ago I didn't think I could run, well, I could barely run for 20 seconds, and that's not an exaggeration. I'd be out of breath, but I just jogged for 20 minutes. I started off slowly, but it was a run. You know, this wasn't a fast walk, I was running, but I paced myself, and I was actually to pick up the pace after a few minutes, and then sort of kept it at that pace. Yeah, I don't know what to say really. I'm quite amazed by it. Yeah, I have to agree with myself there. You can do it, but that is such a big week. I think when you do that, if you've done Couch to 5k, when you get to that week 3, what am I talking about? Week 5, run 3. I can't remember what the weeks are. When you get to that 20-minute run, you kind of can't believe it. You are flabbergasted. I'm learning British Sign Language at the moment, and there's an excellent sign to describe this, which is this, which means gobsmacked. You are gobsmacked. You can't believe it. You can't believe what it is that you have managed to achieve, because if you're like me, you just don't think that you would ever amount to anything with all of this, and you just kind of do it. And what you don't realise, of course, at the time is that you're building up an incredible amount of stamina, and when you get there, of course you can do it. Of course you can do it. If you go about it the right way, you listen to all the advice, and then you can do it. This has been really interesting. I'm really enjoying looking back over these weeks, and thank you very much for the comments to last week's video when I looked at weeks 1 and 2. If you missed that, do check that one out. Next week, things really do go up a notch because we're going to be looking at runs 6 and 7 in Couch to 5K, where you really are running distances that, well, times really, that you just didn't think you could ever do. So do join me for that. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments below, and I will see you for the next in this short series at the same time next week.